Hi, I'm Chris.
And I'm Jeremy.
And I'm Fergal.
And we're from Movie Smash.
Comic book movies are having a golden age right now with the MCU.
Movies based on comics aren't necessarily a new thing, but they're a big thing.
Join us every other Tuesday on Movie Smash.
We explore these movies and find some hidden gems.
Every other week, we revisit some of the best.
And some of the worst movies based on comics or graphic novels.
Was Green Lantern as bad as you remember?
Heck no!
Is Time Cop the most accurate time travel movie ever created?
Absolutely.
Was Mystery Men way ahead of its time?
Should they be revisited? Should they be forgotten?
Join us on Movie Smash and find out. Listen wherever you find your fine podcasts.
Okay, everybody, welcome to the latest episode of All Too Real 2. My name is Michael E. Cullen II, and with me, as always, is...
Sesame, don't tell anyone about what you saw, or I'll kill you in Carta.
Whoa. Those are some strong words there, my friend.
Whoa, yes, whoa is correct, yes.
So, what am I supposed to have not seen here?
The fact that one, if not multiple families in your neighborhood could be in the Actors Protection Union for some reason.
Sitcom relocation program.
Yes, because, they might have, their ratings may have gone down or their show may have been canceled and somehow they've been banished to our world, but not allowed to tell anyone that they're actually TV show.
I mean, there is an alien named Elf that lives next door to me.
Yeah, well, there you go. And then, but if you do happen to notice them, they swear you to a right of secrecy that if you break, you will be murdered and or banished to your own TV show. But it's not very good. It's just kind of you alone on a TV set with nobody to talk to. All the food is fake. It's all props. But you don't need food because you're a TV show character. And you just stare at the fake cardboard cake and you're salivating over nothing. You're salivating over a cake that you know does not exist, you can never take, and you just live in that existence for all eternity. It's not really good.
I was going to say, somehow this sounds slightly better than my real life. I was just joking.
At least you're on a TV set. Yeah.
I mean, it's like the weirdest form of kidnapping I've ever heard of, but yeah.
Very strange, yes.
Yes. So today, folks, if you haven't guessed by the title already, we are covering a short-lived sitcom, the pilot of a short-lived sitcom, well, the second pilot of a short-lived sitcom that was entitled Hi, Honey, I'm Home. This was an American television sitcom that ran from July 19, 1991 till July 12th of 1992 for 13 episodes. So for the first 6 episodes, each week a new episode of the series aired on ABC as part of its TGIF lineup, and then the same episode would re-air on Sunday night on Nickelodeon as part of its Nick at Night lineup, which was called the first instant rerun. Yeah, so after the 6th episode, ABC stopped airing it, and the rest of it was just aired on Nick at Night, and then eventually it was canceled in July of 92. The series was actually filmed before a live studio audience at Nickelodeon Studios at Universal Studios, Florida. So, yeah, which I've been to, but yeah, before it no longer existed. The show starred... Actually, first, it was created by Rick Mitz and Penny Stallings. It stars Charlotte Booker as Honey Nielsen, Stephen C. Bradbury as Lloyd Nielsen, Peter Hans Benson as Mike Duff, Julie Benz, who people may know from a lot of shows, including a stint on Buffy and Angel, as Babs Nielsen, Danny Gura, who people may know from Superstore, as when he was an adult. As a kid, he was Chucky Nielsen. We had Eric Kushnick as Sidney Skunk Duff. In the original unaired pilot, his character was actually played by AJ McLean of the Backstreet Boys. Before he was in the Backstreet Boys, obviously. And then we have Susan Sulla as Elaine Duff, the mom to Skunk and Mike. So, initial feelings and thoughts and emotions that were dredged up in the bottom of your soul from this episode.
It was pretty good. I liked it, really. I don't know if any stirred up feelings from my soul bubbled up, but it was decent. I thought it was all right. It was funny. Had some good banter. Kind of reminded me of Pleasantville, but like the opposite of Pleasantville, sort of. Where instead of the characters going into the world of Pleasantville, or maybe I don't know, whatever. It just reminded me of.
It is the opposite, basically, because this is like a sitcom coming into our real world as opposed to real people going into a sitcom. Yeah.
It was like one of the first things of like meta. People talk about meta. Everything's meta. That's kind of what it made me feel like. But yeah, I could see myself watching this, at Nick at Night or something, like maybe in the summer night, we could stay up a little bit later than usual and just sort of have this on in the background, or watching like, oh, it's maybe doing something else. Maybe you're playing a video game on a different TV, or maybe you're drawing or whatever, and you look up and
people with 2 TVs. What the hell? No,
I was gonna say, not really. Actually, I was just trying to come up. Like, wait, no. I'm like, that's not even true. I was like, wait a minute. And that's why I had to change.
People who had a Nintendo TV and a regular TV.
That's what I said. I was like, wait a minute, it's not even true. I was just like, just drawing or playing. I don't know what I did when I was 10. I can't remember, but
yeah.
And I could barely remember what I did last year, let alone when I was 10.
I don't even know what I did last night. But anyway, so
well, that's not good.
Wait, who am I? What the fuck? There's a microphone in front of me. Where the hell did this come from?
Joe Biden gave it to you.
Well, yeah. Well, you see here. No. See here. Corn pop. Anyway, so the show was pretty good, I thought. It was ahead of its time. I mean, I think a lot of the show it influenced things that came after it, like you said, with Pleasantville, and I also think with WandaVision. So yeah. So because the whole idea of being living in a sitcom world sort of thing is kind of similar in a way, but yeah, it's to protect yourself from the evil of the world. I wouldn't mind living in a sitcom.
It would be nice, as a change of pace,
Yeah. Can I live in a sitcom?
What if, you had the option for, let's say, a quarter of a year where you got to live in any sitcom that you desired, and that, but nothing bad would happen within the sitcom, if you won't die in the sitcom type of thing. Like if you do die, you don't actually die in real life. It's not like that movie Virtuoso with Denzel Washington, where they're fighting crime within the virtual reality.
Yeah.
What's that? Oh, yeah, sorry.
Virtuosity, yeah.
Yeah, Virtuosity. I love that. I don't love it, but I used to watch it a lot when I was 12. It's probably shouldn't have been watching it at that age, but
Brett Leonard from Toledo.
Some dude from Toledo. Yeah, some dude from Toledo. I wouldn't mind watching it again. I guarantee I would not like it watching it now at this age, but at the time I always liked it. But I don't know, let's say you wanted to be on Leave It to Beaver or Happy Days or Saved by the Bell or whatnot, and let's say a quarter of the year, you get to live in that. So it just kind of take your problems away for a little while. Yeah. And by the way, you could divvy up the quarter.
Can I go back to being a teenager and live in Boy Meets World and date Topanga?
I guess. Maybe. I don't know. And then you're gonna have to go up against the wits and banter of Corey, though, who plays marching band music or some shit for his girlfriend. I don't remember what. No, opera. It was opera.
Yeah.
And it was the manual to his parents' car. Yeah. But you do get to divvy up the quarter of the year, so it doesn't have to be all at once. You don't have to do it 3 months in a row. You can do 1 month and then maybe wait a few months, and then you could do another. So that way, it's not you're oh shit, that quarter of the year's over. Now I got to spend the next 9 months living in the house. Can I change
the sitcoms so then I can date Kelly Kapowski?
We're working on that right now. We got some contract we have to work through. We're not set yet, but that's what the plan is. Yes. We got different networks. We have to, do contracts. It's not simple. We got ABC wrangling with us for an extra mil. Then we got CBS who gets jealous of ABC. So then they're asking for another 2 mil. Yeah. So, we're working on it. But as of right now, no. Unfortunately, you cannot do that. You can only choose a one.
Is this part of the metaverse that never really happened with Zuckerberg?
Well, Zuckerberg actually copied that from us. And so, yeah. And the reason why it didn't go through is because we threatened to sue him. It was a secret sue, though. Nobody talked about it in the media. It wasn't reported on. And so that's the reason why. It was a secret sue, yes. It was a secret sue. That sounds like a name for a show. There we go. There's a new show for you, Secret Sue. It's a woman named Sue plays a secret life. It's like a assassin or some shit. Yeah, that too, yes. Secret Sue. Well, that would be called the Secrets of Sue, probably. But
something.
Secret Sue would be a sitcom where she's okay. So I got it right now. Just let me riff because I'm going to come up with something great. So Secret Sue is actually a sitcom that takes place in the 1930s and early 40s, where she's an American of German descent, but she plays a fake role of being an SS, but she's not really. That's why I call it Secret Sue. You get it? You get the double entendre I'm doing here. And then she reports back to the American government, telling them like, oh, the Nazis are going to do this. They're going to meet at this, town hall or whatever, and all the big players are going to be here. Make sure you drop a bomb on whatever, type of thing. So that's it. Secret Sue. That's the new show coming out.
Last night at a wedding I DJ'd, I played a German marching song that was popularized by the Nazis.
Are you serious? Is that really true?
Yes.
Oh my god.
It's a long story, and I'm not going to get into it here. But
wow.
So yeah. So anyways, Honey, I'm Home. I mean, yes, it's a good show. Yeah.
No, it is. It's not to be confused with Heil, Honey, I'm Home, which we reviewed last year.
Make sure to listen to that episode.
Yeah.
Speaking of Hitler and the Nazis. Anyways, so what goes down in the town to turn your frown upside down?
Well, I wouldn't put it that way, but so we have a character named Mike who's kind of, was it Mike? Is he the older brother?
Yes.
Or is that Skunk? Okay, Mike, he's kind of like the character from Pleasantville a little bit. Like he's just like, he's really into like these old TV shows, and one of them, I forgot I think it was Hi Honey I'm Home is the show.
Yeah, that's the name of the show. Yeah.
Yeah. And his mom, is kind of like, hey, can you help me out here? I work all day and you expect me to make dinner for you. Can you like at least, set the table? And he's like, come on, Mom. Typical teenagers bullshit, whatever. And so he's like, oh, blah, blah, blah. I forgot why. Somehow he ends up going next door. And
first off, we get our first sign of the real world, where there's a homeless person, going through the trash in the backyard of the Duff home, Mike Duff and everybody else Duff, and the Duff family, and then we have a scene where Skunk, the younger brother, comes in. He's holding this like elaborate lamp that he stole from somewhere, and one of the they realize, she's got a petition that she wants to have signed, Mrs. Duff does, and so they realize that there's neighbors next door, so she wants to go over and welcome them and see if they want to sign the petition.
Right.
Yeah, and so they it says, and they say, yeah, we can, I can warn them about the crime in town, and it's like, yeah, Skunk is the crime in town, or whatever. But yeah,
exactly.
So yeah,
your son, the crime in town.
Yes, another sitcom that will develop one day.
The son, the crime in town.
Yes, it's like an after-school special, actually.
Yes.
I mean, Skunk's like basically out of an after-school special here. I mean,
he is.
See, in my critique of the show, I'll get into things later, but that I thought could have made the show a lot better. So basically, they go next door. She has this petition she wants to see if they'll sign, and the petition is for the right to choose. So yeah, so abortion topic.
Yep.
And it's like she goes over there, and Honey, the Nielsen mom, asks like, what the right to choose what, and Mrs. Duff is like, something about like, was it like silverware patterns or something? Yeah. So no.
Yeah.
But basically, what goes on then?
She's like, oh, they get kind of weird or whatever. Mike shows up and he recognized them. He's like, I don't know, there's something weird about them. And then he comes back, I think, and then eventually, he kind of finds them out, and they're like, okay, like you can't tell anyone or we'll kill you. They didn't say that, but like you can't tell anyone because we're like stuck in this reality because they canceled our show, or maybe the ratings were low or something like that. Don't remember which. And we're like kind of like stuck here until, you know, we can get back if like they put the show back on or if the ratings go up or whatever. So then Mike, you know, is sworn to secrecy in this sort of like secret society they got going on there, and she could turn things into black and white. So apparently there's like occultic magic involved here as well, similar to WandaVision.
she had like
maybe
a remote.
Remote, yeah.
It's a remote called a Turnerizer.
That's right, Turnerizer. That's very creative. Turnerizer.
Well, there's a reason behind it, which I'll talk about towards the end. Yeah.
Okay. A remote powered by magic, though, essentially. So, and particularly black magic from the Darkhold. So, there's a whole section in the Darkhold that's specifically about remote controls and how to manipulate them via means of magic. It's actually the most boring chapter of the Darkhold. Like at the very end. Fine print. You need like a magnifying glass to actually read it. It's not very
Sesame.
Yeah,
I think you're going insane.
Am I? Well, maybe. It's been a weird weekend from a lot of people. I'm in a Facebook group and I'm being gaslit like all crazy in there, and so I think it's seep into my mind now.
I'm just letting you know the Darkhold's not real and it can't hurt you.
I know it's not real. I mean, it is, but I know it's not. And I know I'm supposed to say it's fake, so they don't put me in a straitjacket in a padded room. I know what I'm supposed to say, but I know what's really up.
Producers in my ear right now telling me that we're not supposed to talk about the Darkhold. That we'll canceled if you do, and then we'll be stuck in the real world, and then everything will be crazy. Oh, by the way, we're not real. Anyway, so
yeah, the not real world, not the TV show Real World either. That would be another interesting show you could get stuck in, but that's not really cool because it's like not really a TV show. So it would just be like a reality show that you're stuck in.
It's a TV show. It's just not a scripted TV show. Well, I mean, it's probably scripted because most reality TV is partially scripted. So
partially. Yes. So anyway, what was this mom's name? What was Duff? Miss Duff's name? What was
her name is Mrs. Duff is named Elaine.
That's right, Elaine. So Mike goes back home and basically just like almost all but tells them what's going on, even though he was just literally sworn to secrecy like 2 minutes earlier. And this line really pissed me off. So he's like, oh, they invited us over for dinner, you know, or whatever. And she's like, no, I don't want to go there, whatever. And he's like, and then Mike's like, well, that means that you wouldn't have to make dinner. It's like, bitch, what are you talking about? Your mom worked all fucking day long. You go make dinner. What are you talking about, asshole? You know, this is the 90s. This is women's lib area, too. Like, this is not like 1950. Like, but again, since he watched the show from the 1950s.
Main reason she didn't want to go, though, it was some kind of dinner at a church. Originally.
Oh, is that what it was? Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, yeah. No, yeah, okay, yeah, that's right. Church dinner, which I understand. I wouldn't want to go, but like,
but then they're like, oh, it's free food, so yeah, whatever.
Like, yeah, you wouldn't have to make dinner. It's like, what do you mean you wouldn't have to? How about you take a break from the TV show? You could rustle up, you know, some spaghetti or some chicken or fuck, even BLT sandwiches. If you want to be that lazy about it. That takes, 10 minutes to make all together, including slicing the tomatoes, the lettuce, the bacon, the mayonnaise, or whatever else, you know, condiment that you would like. But now I'm getting hungry talking about it. But anyway, so somehow they get back to
that's a very sexist condiment, though. It's mayonnaise. You know, there's never womannaise.
No, don't get woke on me, bro. Come on, don't get. There was this guy on Twitter that was trying to argue with me. I don't argue with them at all, but like he was trying to argue with me, and I went to his page just to see what it was. It was like joined in July 2024. I'm like, okay, 3 month old profile, and like 10 followers, and it had like a Christian cross, of course, and it said on top of his page, it said awake but not woke. I immediately blocked him. I was like, come on.
Yeah. Probably not even real, probably Russian propaganda. But
it's either like Estonian, like all these people in Estonia that they pay like $2 a day to basically Twitter farm and just tank that app to like oblivion, which is that's weird because Elon Musk loves Oblivion, but I guess that was whatever. And then
yes,
so can Yeah, go ahead, because I'm kind of losing my train of thought.
So back in the episode. So basically, okay. So first off, there was the one funny over the top joke that kind of bothered me too, where so the daughter of the Nielsens, played by Julie Benz, named Babs, when she's introduced to Elaine, she says, "Hi, boobs. I mean Babs." Yeah.
Yeah.
Because she has some big old bitties. And sorry.
Wow.
I
was
heard
trying
that.
to figure out.
I heard that in a song that I played last night at the wedding reception I DJ'd as well. So,
Wow. But now don't mention the name Diddy now, because now I think of P. Diddy.
Oh, no, I didn't say Diddy. I said Tiggled Bitties.
Oh, okay, good. All right, yeah.
Yes. So
that makes
it makes
never mind. Yeah, I was like, wait.
So but anyways, we're back at the Nielsen's house and come over for, what they think they're going to come over for the dinner that's going to be at the church or whatever. But it turns out that all of a sudden, Mr. I don't care about my wife expects his wife to all of a sudden make a dinner for his boss who's coming over. So yeah. Find out that so then Elaine basically starts to show her how to make things fast, and then she brings over like dinner in a kit that she has. Like basically it's like all this stuff you microwave and everything. And the Nielsens don't have a microwave, so she throws the stuff in the oven and and then also puts the instant pudding that they have that's already made into this KitchenAid blender type thing, and so our mixer, and it like makes the pudding go all over the place. You have like your typical sitcom crap where everything's you're catching the kitchen on fire and you're getting potatoes and pudding all over the place. That's exactly how I make dinner actually. So because I just
me too.
Yeah.
Just like in the Teen Witch, where the brother is like a complete slob. It just has like desserts all over the table. But the thing is too, she also put the bag, and she didn't even take it out of the oven. She just put the bag.
Just in the oven. Like, how would you think that's? I don't know, but I guess she's a sitcom character.
Yeah, she cooked French, and so she's not used to this easy shit, Yeah.
So so basically, then Mike comes in and saves the day and says, we're going to order chicken from a generic name chicken place because they couldn't say KFC. And so they order some buckets of chicken or whatever, and basically serve that to the boss, who comes in, and the boss is played by Gal Gordon. He plays the character of Theodore J. Mooney from the Lucy Show, so character that he played on that show. So Gal Gordon comes in, and then basically Mr. Nielsen asks, like, so about that promotion, and he says, well, the whole plant's closing down. We're all gonna be without a job, and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
So then, yeah. Oh, there's also a nice part where Elaine thinks that Honey is like so set in her 50s ways and doesn't understand why she's like that. And the homeless guy comes by, and she sees him in the backyard, and Honey is really nice and decides to invite him to dinner, which kind of opened up Elaine's eyes to thinking that, oh, well, Honey does have a heart after all, and, cares about people. So I'm sure that, that starts to build their friendship in future episodes. So, yeah, but basically that's how the episode ends. We, find out that Mr. Nielsen basically is losing his job.
Yay. And then he'll be like the homeless man that's in the backyard and just hang out with them. That's episode 3. The whole family becomes homeless, and then the government won't do anything to help them out because they give all their money to corporations who then give them bribes back. And wait, what am I talking about? Anyway, sorry, we're talking fake world, not the real world. Gotcha. Sorry. By the way,
go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. Well, I just wanted to say, what neighborhood are they living in where the same homeless man just shows up in people's backyards and like nobody calls the cops, nobody does anything? They're just like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna waltz right through your backyard and just dig through.
And the thing is in most cities, like homeless people don't necessarily hang out in neighborhoods.
That's the other thing. It's like, what are you talking about? Like, there is no like homeless guy in the neighborhood. Like, oh, there he is on. I can't think of a phone.
I did. I will tell you though, like a block from where I live. But it was kind of in front of a business though. There was there's a homeless guy who doesn't have legs that is around in my town. and he has a wheelchair and everything. And one day he was just laying on the concrete sidewalk out on the side of this building. My dad and I drove by. I called the cops because I was like worried about him, but they're like, "Oh, we know he's there. He's just resting. He's good. We already checked on him."
Yeah, God forbid you give that person a home. Like, we checked out him. He's good. Yeah, he's taking a nap on the pavement. Everything's good. It's like our country is so fucking good.
And this was at like 10:30 at night too, or something, or 9:30 at night or something. So it's like,
the world is a hellscape, man.
I know. Yeah, but we've got tons of money for wars.
We got to give it all to Israel. That's our boss, right? They demand war. It's never enough. So sorry, homeless dude who without legs, who probably lost his legs to fighting a war for America itself, and basically his reward is coming back home to a busted up body and sleeping on. God, you made me so depressed. I'm just imagining this legless guy sleeping on the pavement. It's like the most depressing thing.
Around the next day, I saw him. I always see him around town. He seems like a happy dude too. So I don't know.
He's deluding himself because he doesn't want to end up like committing suicide. Basically, he's trying to think of positive things.
For all I know, I'm just assuming he's homeless. Maybe he has a home, and maybe he just likes to lay on the concrete. I don't know.
Yeah, he just, that's his favorite spot. We don't want to bug him. We don't want to take away the one moment of joy he has where he lays on the pavement for fun.
Don't know. Yeah. So, anyways,
that's true.
Do you want to hear some trivia about Hi, Honey, I'm Home?
Yes.
Okay, so as I said earlier, the show was advertised as TV's first instant rerun due to the fact that ABC would premiere the new episodes on Friday on TGIF, and Nick at Night would rerun the same show on Sunday night. The Nielsens are... Here's the thing. The Nielsens are able to change their world from color to black and white and back again with their Turnerizer remote control. This is a dated reference to media mogul Ted Turner, who became a 1980s punchline for his efforts to have old black and white films converted to color.
Oh my God.
So that's why it's called a Turnerizer. It's not because it's turning things. It's because of Ted Turner.
I I figured that's what it was. Isn't he also the guy who founded CNN? Or is that?
Yeah, he's the guy that founded CNN, TBS, TNT, some other cable networks and stuff too. Yeah.
So we can thank him for the 24-hour news cycle that's pretty much destroyed all of the world.
Yes, we can.
Yeah.
Yes, we can.
Good job, Derek.
Yep. Oh Lord. And like I said, although the dialogue remained practically unchanged, the entire pilot was scrapped and reshot when Susan Sella and Eric Kushnick as Elaine and Skunk joined the cast. 8 years after the show premiered, Nickelodeon did air the unaired pilot, as part of a Before They Were Stars showcased, highlighting original actor who played Skunk, AJ McLean, who went on to join the musical group Backstreet Boys. So the cast was primarily comprised of New York stage actors. Charlotte Booker, who played Honey Nielsen, cited Gail Gordon, Mr. Mooney, from this episode as her favorite guest star. Not only was Booker a fan of the Lucy shows, but she also got to spend additional time with Gordon since he appeared in both versions of the pilot. So she got to work with him twice.
Okay.
Yeah. At MTV Networks, now Viacom, produced the series and sold the first run rights for 6 episodes to ABC, which was looking for low-cost summer programming. The premiere garnered high ratings, but quickly dropped off, so ABC opted not to option the rights to the other 7 episodes, which were exclusively run by Nick at Night. Yeah, and it was shot at Nickelodeon Studios in Florida. The show was spoofed in a pair of animated short films, included as a part of Spike and Mike's annual Festival of Animation. The first, Home Honey I'm High, spelled High, featured rough drawings of a family uncannily like the Nielsens who smoke marijuana at the end of a long day. The follow-up, Home Honey I'm Higher, What You Should Know About Drugs, features more polished animation and plays like an educational film depicting the family members gleefully indulging in a variety of illegal substances.
Wow.
And then it says the series is a possible inspiration for the Marvel limited series WandaVision, in which characters of Vision and Wanda are placed into a 50s era sitcom setting that is unwittingly projected by Wanda, who tries to hide in an innocent, carefree, non-violent world. So yeah, that's our
Same thing.
trivia.
It's the trivia. Plus two with the boss coming over for dinner. That was part of the WandaVision.
Mhm.
Fucking up dinner in the kitchen. But then again, that was probably a lot of the TV shows did that kind of thing.
That's like a stereotypical sitcom plot trope or whatever. Yeah. So yeah, any other thoughts about this before we wrap things up here?
Wrap it up like a Crunch Wrap Supreme from Taco Bell.
Now I'm hungry.
Did I mention I'm hungry?
Now
I've been not eating that much lately. I'm just not that hungry for some. I eat like one meal a day now. It went from 2 meals now to like 1 meal and like a couple of snacks. I'm losing so much fucking weight. And then now for some reason I'm like really hungry. It's like
your body's catching up to you or something. Yeah,
it is. No, it is. Because I'm just not hungry lately. I can't force myself to eat. I'm not hungry. You know what I mean? Like, just can't do it.
That happens. I mean, I'm like that a lot. Yeah. But any final thoughts on Hi, Honey, I'm Home?
No, not really. I would just recommend you watching it. You know, like just YouTube and find the episode and just give it a watch. Plus, it's got really cool old commercials.
All 13 episodes are on YouTube, so
that's cool.
Yeah, so you could watch the whole series if you wanted to.
Yeah. All right.
Binge it up, folks. Binge it up.
Binge it up, yes. Yes.
I mean, I think it was a show ahead of its time, honestly. I mean, with the meta aspects and the whole way that it kind of inspired. I mean, because this was like, I don't know, I would say like probably about 7 years or so before Pleasantville, and obviously, you know, like almost 30 years before WandaVision. So it's, you know, yeah. And I mean, it is kind of cool to see in his small role as Chucky Nielsen, Danny Gura, who goes on to be on Superstore. So it's kind of cool.
Right.
He's a Facebook friend of mine. So if you happen to listen to this, Danny, good job.
All right. Nice.
Yeah. So, anyways, I think that's about it for today.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. And, just remember to go check out all2real2.com for all the stuff about us, all of our social media links, all of our links to our Patreon, our links to our TeePublic, where you can help support the show. Also, a good way to help support the show is to go give us a 5-star review on Apple Podcast. Give us whatever kind of review you can on Spotify. You know, do it up like that. Go visit your neighbors and have them sign a petition to not watch, but to listen to All Too Real 2. You know, find out if they used to be in a sitcom, you know, you can meet them, you know, people don't meet their neighbors anymore.
No, I'm starting to finally, you know, do with mine. And it's actually really, really nice to actually know people that actually live close to you versus our atomized society where we have more in common with some random dude in Seattle, Oregon than like the guy who lives 2 doors from me, you know?
Yeah. Yep. Seattle's in Washington.
Sorry, Seattle, Washington. Never mind. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, wait a minute. You know,
I was like, when you said that, I was like, that doesn't quite sound right, but it's close. But yeah, Portland, Oregon is near Seattle, so it's kind of near.
Seattle. I think Seattle is one of those cities that probably are in other states. It's like one of those unique, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You're not gonna have like San Francisco, Indiana, you know what I mean, or something like that. You know?
Yes. I mean, there is a Toledo, Kansas, and there's a Toledo, Ohio. So, anyways, folks, just remember these things here: that I love you. Don't tell anyone. Or we'll kill you. Sesame loves you.
Mm-hmm.
Trans lives are human lives. Free Palestine. Yeah. And until next time, bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to All Too Real 2 podcast, a Cullen Park production. Produced and edited by Michael E. Cullen II. Music by Matthew Hawes. Subscribe and share the show. Visit us at cullenpark.com.